Okay, folks. So, everybody's freaking out because of all the ice down here in the Texas area, right? And up here in Florida and stuff. Well, there's a reason for this. A few years ago, there was a scientist that I watched on National Geographic. And I don't think it was on YouTube. I think it was actually when I had cable before I got tired of cable. And he said that the new equator is going to go right here between Alaska and Russia, straight across over here to Hawaii, right? Which means the way our Earth is, it likes to go, like all this is going to stay tropical, all this, but that right there is the new east, right? And I've noticed this is true, right? I've noticed it's true because here's Colorado right here where I am, approximately. Salt Lake's this way, Texas that way, right? I'm about right here. My house sat on the poles when I first lived here, where that was east, that was west, north, right? South. And even though my road is not a straight road, it kind of winds, my house sat right on the poles, alongside to the east and west, because it's a prefab home. Well, now, for the past couple years, this east has been over here and west has been over here. But now, since about December, late November, beginning in December, somewhat time around there, I didn't note it because it suddenly dawned on me right before New Year. Sun is coming up over here, which makes that way is east now. See? This is our new East Coast. East, but this is like northeast. And, northeast. The Gulf of the Americas here is northeast now. This is our new North Coast, which used to be our East Coast. This part of Canada is going to be very much more north than it's used to being, but kind of the same if you think about it. And this is west, the direction where the sun goes down, see? In relation to this little dot here, that's where my house is approximately. Well, probably could fit the whole town in that dot, but you get the idea. That's about where I am. And the sun is going down this way, so this is west, right? And if the equator, it just shows on a weather thing, where the cold is kind of this way, right? So the equator might actually be more like up here. I'm not sure. Or here. But it looks like this looks very locked in. East and west from my house looks very locked in. But when you look on the map, when the guy does the weather, it kind of looks like it's like here, like it's still trying to click into place. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. That is what the Aztec or Mayan calendar was about. I did a whole essay on it in college math class when I was at a business college getting my paralegal, right? My socioscience paralegal studies. So, and I was living up here at that time. And it was very warm. We'd have maybe 2 weeks of snow in about January time, and then it would all melt. And everybody would freak out and go to the store, and then it was gone. But I grew up in the Rocky Mountains, and I'm telling you, we are getting a lot more rain the past couple years, and the sun is getting up over here on the side of my yard, and it's going down over here on the other side of my yard. And it's like on a southern angle, or like a winter angle, right? It's kind of like a southern arc. But come summer, I have no doubt I'm going to need to put shade trees over here, maybe some over here, do something, because it's going to be hot all freaking day. And I used to have a hill back here to protect my house. So y'all up here in Florida, you really would be wise to move all your citrus this way, okay? Because it's going to start being New Englandy up here for the next 5,200 years. That's what the Mayan calendar was about. That sat, wherever in this area. That's going to be the new North Pole. They better get freaking ready. Now you know why they used to always have those woolly clothes up here in the mountains, because they came here from the stars, just like the North American natives. And there's some Hopi drawings that look just like the Nazca lines over here. And I got my own theories, and I'm writing a book about it. I'm not going to give it away. But yeah, this is going to be North Pole-ish area. It might be a little more this way. But, you know, like, but get ready, because that face where he's sticking his tongue out like somebody was giving him a, what's that, Colombian necktie or whatever they call it? I don't know what the names are. Anyway, that crazy face with the tongue sticking out used to sit somewhere in this Mexican area, right? There's or maybe a little further south, it might be more like Guatemala or Brazil, but wherever it is, that Mayan calendar ran on a big circular track, right? You can even see the groove still if you go there, where that stupid conquistadors took it down, because it would have warned us, and it was a water clock. It rotated every day just a smidge, and it was set for 5,200 years. And you had the outer ones, it was the same every year, and the inner, and it would gradually change as it go around the little track, right? Like, let's say this is that thing, right? That Aztec calendar would run around a little track like this, and you have all these little stations. And I remember seeing that and going, that's what that giant Aztec calendar is, a perpetual calendar set to 5,200 years. The darn conquistadors took it down, took it to Mexico City or somewhere. I have a little miniature of it. It's not supposed to be all scary and weird and all the gods and everything. That happened when they lost their technology because of all the natural disasters. So we need to brace ourselves and get ready and learn from these guys, because this is the new North, my friends. At some angle, that's the North Pole right here. South Pole is going to be opposite, right? Down over, I think you can see, yeah, right about here. See the dotty lines? See where I got the dotty lines here? Let's see if I can find it. Oh, yeah. Australia's going to get kind of cold, and Singapore and all that. See that? That's the new South Pole region. That's going to be the new Antarctic area. Yeah, you should get ready. It's going to lock in, and all this up here is going to melt, because it's been predicted. It's happened before. Every 52 years, all this will melt. I even wrote that on my world globe, but I left it dry erase because it might be a little bit wrong. That guy might have had it wrong. So it might actually be more like up here on this longitude, which is now latitude. And then this, somewhere here, or maybe a little bit further this way, that's the new North. And all this here on Antarctica, yeah, see all that? All that right there, that's gonna melt too. It's supposed to. And it will refreeze where it's supposed to be next. This is only an approximation, because I'm a scientist, but I'm an amateur scientist, right? And this is our new equator. Or it could be more like this way, you know, because of the way the sun is to my house. It could lock in, right, just like this, because he's a pro. The guy that said that, says it's going to go this way, he's a pro. And instead of freaking out, everybody, I just adjust and get ready, because we're smart humans with modern technology, right? Right? Especially us Americans. We know how to adapt. We've had to do it ever since 1776 over here. And we need to be nicer to the tribal people, the Native Americans, you call them. I'm a quarter. But we need to be nicer to them, because they know this area, and they know from their stories what happened last time. I've been learning some of those stories, and they are very informative. Need to start valuing the tribes in North America and the mountain people over here. Okay? Because these people, they remember stuff. All right. And then Feng Shui, which would be China, way this way, right? Over this way somewhere. China down here, down that way, which is now the southern hemisphere. That way, that away. Where am I? Where's my marker? Yeah. So China is that way on the southern hemisphere. This is southern coast for us, ish. And China, that's their north coast. Their east coast is now going to be their north coast, right? Over there. But they still have their Feng Shui maps with the S for south at the top, because they, in their ancient history that they don't even remember themselves mostly, they kept that as a marker because it was once north. And it's going to be north again the next rotation. But we won't be alive then unless we reincarnate in 5,200 years. So we are sideways now. And I'm going to have to adjust my globe because that right there, that ain't going to work. That's west. That is west now. That is not north. North is somewhere in this area. Check it out with a compass, a real one, a magnetic compass. And you just figure it out, because when I'm getting up, just using my eyeballs, that right there is about where I am. And that's where the sun gets up. And that's where the sun, see that? Or I'm off camera. Okay, that is about where I am. And the sun gets up over here every morning now for the past 2 or 3 months. And it goes down that way. That's the west. That's the sunset. This is the sunrise and the sunset. Get ready. Move the stuff that we grow, the citrus up here, up in this area, needs to move this way, right? These guys are fine. But these guys right here, and this, the south, is now the east and the northeast, really. Y'all are going to have to migrate this way. Telling you, probably a little further than that, because Texas was freezing too, huh? So you're like the new New England, right? The new northeast coast. All this, you need to move this way if you want to keep growing citrus. This way. I think I'm going to be comfortable. I think it's going to get a little subtropical right here. Oops. Right about here. That might be subtropical, about where I am. We've been getting a lot more rain. I like it. I don't like it for you guys up here. That's not fun. But you just you're gonna have to migrate. This is how we are. We're sideways to what we used to be. Yeah, it's the truth. Love it or leave it. It doesn't matter. And Mother Nature does not care. And Mother Nature does not care. As this is the new north. Get used to it. She's going to do what she's going to do because we're in a giant clockwork in this universe. And we are now on Vega 1 for our North Star. Polaris is a thing of the past. We are on Vega 1. God bless you. Stay safe. And love you guys. You're my fellow Americans. Talk to you next time.